This will be for 8th grade mountain math. So this numbers 1 through 5. I probably won't complete all of these. I might do a few of them though. So number 1, we need to convert and decide if it's rational or irrational. When you have a repeated decimal, I'm not sure if we've had one of these yet. When you have a repeated decimal, there's a trick we can do in order to write this as a fraction. So what we do is we see, well, what place is this 3 in? It's in the tenths. It's in the tenths place. So I want to think of this as 3/10. Okay, well, but that would just be 0.3. That'd be in 3/10. So instead of this, I want to go ahead and I want to take this 10 and I want to subtract 1 from it. So now I have 3/9. This is a fraction I can simplify. So I'm going to have you simplify this fraction. It doesn't equal 0. Rational means you can write it as a fraction. Irrational means no fraction. It means never ending, never repeating. Well, I know for a fact this one's repeating. So I'll have you finish number 1. Number 2, you need to find the square root of 81, which means what number times itself equals 81. It is the same number. And then make it negative. For number 3, you have this number, which is negative, and it is in between 0 and -1. You have this number, which is in between 1 and 2, and you have the square root of 5, which go ahead and type that into a calculator. I know that the square root of 4, however, is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. So it's going to be in between 2 and 3. There's also a negative version of this. So there's also one in between -2 and -3. So there's 2 numbers here. Be careful. So I have a number in between 0 and -1, a number in between 1 and 2, and then a number in between 2 and 3, and another number in between -2 and -3. You need to place these on a number line. For number 4, I've moved it. It's over here. 2 to the -3rd power over 2 to the 2nd power. Well, when we're talking about exponents, we're going to have a negative exponent rule. And what this says is anytime you have a negative exponent, you can move that entire term. We can move this to the denominator, and we'll get rid of the negative. So, for example, if I say 2 to the -3rd power, well, that equals 1 over 2 to the 3rd power. So we're going to take this 2 to the -3rd, and we're going to move it to the bottom here. Now it's 2 to the 3rd. It doesn't exist up here. Now that's just the number 1. Okay. Now 2 to the 3rd, that's 2 times 2 times 2. 2 to the 2nd is 2 times 2. So what is that with an exponent? And then here you need to multiply that all out. Number 5, which is greater, we have 8 times 10 to the 8th, or 8 times 10 to the 6th. Well, all you need to look at is this here. 10 to the 8th power means 10 times 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 10. Mess up on the last one. So that is 1 with 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 100 million. And this one is a 1 with 6 zeros. So this is 1 million. Well, what do you think's bigger? 8 times 100 million or 8 times 1 million?